I'm Biju Chirayat, born and brought up in Bangalore. Uh, well, I don't know if I'm a native of Bangalore, but definitely Bangalore is in my blood. I cannot relate to any other city like I relate to Bangalore, and I do a fair bit of travel. And as an artist, I think my identity and I identify with Bangalore as my origin. Uh, Bangalore, as I remember it, was very different from what it is today. It was like more like a very, place where people were very close. Your neighbors knew what you were doing, what you were cooking. Security was not an issue because you didn't need watchmen those days. You had your neighbor watching out for you. And growing up in a family of 3 girls, we had a lot of protective neighbors. In fact, even once my parents were not there and one fellow came and stood near the gate, they actually chased him away. The poor guy actually had come to collect something. So this kind of thing was there, and also this particular area where I live, Cooktown. Uh, for us, it was the only place we knew growing up. My father always believed that we should grow up with trees and animals. I never had toys. I had everything from a goat to a turtle, dogs, cats, all that fine. Okay, maybe not cats, but definitely lots of dogs, turkey, and a lot of plants. Each of us had a coconut tree in our name. So these were things we grew up with, and Cooktown actually was the inspiration because Cooktown also had big houses, a lot of fruit trees. I come back from school if my mother's not at home. I never went hungry. I never went hungry because we used to scavenge all the neighboring houses and pluck guavas and mulberries, mangoes, and of course our neighbors would be very upset, or some of them just gave up because we were like goats on these walls. And my dad got so worried that he put pots. In fact, those pots are still there on our compound wall. He put pots all around. So then our job became even more challenging. We would climb up the wall and climb over the pots. So this is how we grew up in Bangalore. Whereas now it is completely different. Everything is Swiggied, everything is about convenience. How can I do everything without going out? And I don't mean the pandemic, I mean before that. So that whole culture, the cycling culture. Bangalore was a cycling city. Now I cycle, but I'm a bit of a freak. I don't do that kind of major cycling, 300 kilometers. I do local cycling. So all that has changed in Bangalore a lot. But otherwise, I think people at heart are still very caring. We tried one flea market in this area. It got a very good response in a park. It was just, people are waiting for opportunities to connect. People want to meet up. They want to talk about something which is not about work and some sort of high life. I think at heart, we are still the same. And even now, like in the mornings when I get up and I get that smell of the mist, I think that is what reminds me of my childhood. We had only one sweater, even though Bangalore was a lot colder those days. We never felt the cold as children. I had just one sweater, and that was only for occasions. We didn't just wear it every day, but that mist and that clean smell of Bangalore with that greenery, I think those are things that are very, very precious to me. I think eating in Bangalore is a big deal. My initial memories was of Only Place and apple pie. I think it was the novelty of it more than anything else. But still, I remember my working days, this I'm talking about 25 years ago, where we used to go to Only Place and have, the special kind of food. I love eating street food. And one of my favorite things, what we call fly juice, is actually sugarcane juice. From my college days, we used to go and stand on the road, and in the most dusty places, this sugarcane juice is made in a manual crushing machine, and there'll be flies sitting on it. So we renamed it fly juice. I think that is my favorite. Even when I drive out of Bangalore, we used to go to this fields where the sugarcane is being crushed for jaggery, and we used to have that juice. We never thought of the hygiene part of it. So I think street food is what I really like. Each area has its own speciality, and you can't have, it's not like a fine dining. It's an experience of socially people meeting. It's really wonderful about Bangalore. And my daily routine, I would say, starts with, of course, a morning walk, sometimes yoga, sometimes cycling. I think I come from the generation where we feel we have to get up in the morning and do something. You know, if I don't get up early, I feel my dad's going to come and yell at me or something. But yeah, morning, that routine is there for me. Even during the pandemic, I used to get up early. Now I have a dog, so I take him for a walk. And then I think it's mostly, as an artist, it's more about ideating. I don't always have a fixed routine like work-wise. In the sense, it's not like I have to do a painting every day or something like that. And I guess I'm lucky that way. I mean, something has to inspire me, and then I'm very lucky to be in Bangalore, because just maybe 15, 20 kilometers out of Bangalore, you find these amazing areas where you can just get lost in these forests and villages and pick up a lot of inspiration. I document it with small sketches. Uh, and on the other hand, you have the metro coming to Bangalore. It was a nuisance. All of us complained about the roads being blocked, and we wondered whether it would be worth it at all. But I think since I've never been to Singapore, the first time I went in the metro was when I felt, okay, this must be like how Singapore feels. I think it was brilliant. I think the people were so friendly, the whole experience. And now I have friends networking all over Bangalore, even though they are having car and they have other ways of transport, they always prefer traveling by metro. I think it's really made Bangalore connected and made it so much nicer. I mean, you feel like a more sane person when you're traveling through a metro, I feel personally. So when you talk about materials, since I grew up in Cooktown, I have Pottery Town, which is very close by, and have organized several pottery workshops in colleges and schools that I have worked. And I think one of the most magical places for me is Pottery Town. The people are so beautiful. I mean, the first thing you notice when you go there is that they look beautiful. You know, they're so happy doing what they do. I don't even know if it's something therapeutic, but using clay. And if I go there, especially now, this Diwali time, it is an amazing place to go. They are going through a very difficult time because of the metro construction that's happening there. But in spite of that, you always find them very positive. And the feel of that clay and what organically comes out of it, I think it's brilliant.